1.4.5 had a lot of great additions. Additions like the quality of life changes that allow you to craft from nearby chests, or some of the weapon reworks like the face swords and the key brand. But with those positives, there are also changes that not everyone is happy about. Changes like some weapons being adjusted and some long-standing tech just suddenly being removed. Today I want to look at 5 aspects of the latest 1.4.5 update that you can consider to be like the worst changes or maybe the biggest losers of the patch overall. First up is the change to whip stacking. If you're not familiar, before 1.4.5 you can stack multiple whip effects by quickly switching between whips while attacking, and you could apply several whip bonuses at once that way. In 1.4.5, hitting an enemy with a whip now clears the effects of other whips, so for the most part whip stacking is gone. A lot of players aren't happy with this because they feel like this removes a form of skill expression that had been in the game for a while up until now, but other players feel like whip stacking was unnecessary and just made Summoner stronger than intended. For me personally, I never really played Summoner, and the few times I did I never used whip stacking, but I can understand how some people might feel where aspects of their favorite playstyles have been suddenly removed. Next is the crystal dupe glitch, and this was an item duplication exploit that let you dupe crystals and then sell them for money. This exploit pretty much outclassed every other money making method because of how easy and effective it was, and a lot of people like just interjecting and letting you know to just do crystal duping instead of other alternate money making methods. But in 1.4.5, the item duplication glitch no longer works, so you can't use it to dupe crystals anymore. Personally, I'm fine with the glitch being removed, and I never really used it myself. And honestly, it feels kinda good after all the "dude, just do crystal" comments I got on a couple of videos recently. I feel like it was about time this glitch got the boot, but I know there will be a lot of players who will miss it because that was their bread and butter when it came to money making in this game. This next change though, I was not happy about, and that was the adjustment to pick granadas. You could buy these from the party girl during a party, and they pretty much dropped money, party bullets, and party flask, but more importantly, they had a chance to give you some bacon. And bacon gives you 24 minutes of the exquisitely stuffed buff, which is the best food buff in the game. So you could just end up buying a bunch of pick granadas, opening them, selling the bullets in the flask, and getting the money, and then repeating, and you barely lost that much money in the process while you stacked up a whole bunch of bacon that could last you pretty much an entire playthrough. So in 1.4.5, pick granadas no longer drop bacon. So I get why it was changed. This was pretty busted, but it does kind of suck. What was not busted in my opinion were the dart weapons, but they had some aspects that were changed in 1.4.5. The changes didn't pertain to the dart weapons themselves, more so some of the dart ammo got adjusted. The important parts of the dart changes were that ichor darts had some of their damage reduced, crystal darts bounced and penetrated a fewer times and also lost damage on each bounce, and curse darts can pierce with the initial projectile, but the flame pillar portion no longer pierces. So overall, these darts mainly had some damage nerfs and reduced crowd control abilities. And the dart guns are some of my favorite weapons, and this pretty much indirectly hurts them, which a lot of people feel that the dart guns were underused to begin with. And then finally we have mage. Now mage isn't really on here because it's a loser or because of any particular nerfs or changes to any weapons, but it's mainly because of what it didn't get in this update. There was only one new magic weapon added, which was the killing deck that you can buy during a blood moon in hard mode. Outside of that, mage mainly got adjustments and reworks to some existing weapons, like the space gun rework or the magical harp. All of these changes I thought were pretty cool and well appreciated. But that was kind of it. Meanwhile, Summoner got like 9 new whips, and Melee has several major crazy weapon reworks. It kind of feels like Mage got the short end of the stick in comparison. Some players feel that Mage struggles early on, and this update didn't really add anything new that can help with progression. And I'm kind of in agreement with those sentiments. Some of the early game options feel kind of bad, like the Wand of Sparking or most of the gem staves, especially when you compare them to something like Ranger, where you just throw on an ore bow and you're good for a lot of the early game. So those are 5 of the biggest losers or the worst aspects of the 1.4.5 update in my opinion. The dart changes were the most disappointing because I really like using the dart guns, and it sucks to see them nerfed even if they didn't exactly get nerfed themselves. Also the pick granada changes as well, because that was such an easy way to get really good food. But let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if you agree with these changes. Let me know if there are other bigger losers you think warrant a spot on this list, or whatever changes you don't like go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.